Hi, this is Justice with Tablet Pro, and I just updated to Windows 11 on my Surface Pro 7 Plus, and so far it is beautiful. Like, I absolutely love the little UI touches and the big UI touches. Everything is sexy, sexy, sexy. So, I will go and do another video showing you probably a lot of the same things that you've seen on Windows 11, maybe, or I might do something a little bit more fun. But I had questions. Okay, if I install Windows 11, can I still use my drawing programs? So we're going to go through about 5 to 10 drawing programs. We'll go through one at a time. I'm using the R520 two-button stylus for artists. This is on my website, tabletpro.com. And on the left is the artist pad, and I'll be using that to do just a quick test. Okay, so this is Clip Studio Paint, and we are going to hide the taskbar because I think it looks nicer. And let's do a little drawing. So when I first loaded Windows 11, it felt like there was some catching up the software had to do. Like they needed to internally replace all the UI elements with the updated ones. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. Okay, so here's a problem. When I'm drawing here, I'm recording in the background, so we have a little bit of an issue. So let's switch, and I'm going to record just a screen with my phone so that we can minimize any of the lag issues that we would see from running OBS and importing video and screen recording at the same time. Okay, let's cut to that now. All right, so let's try that again without the screen recording software in the background to slow everything down. And you can see we've got some beautiful lag-free painting in Clip Studio. And they did a massive UI overhaul last year that just looks fantastic. All right, whoops. So one thing that I will say is the touch points. Oh, maybe this is not the way to demonstrate it. If you're trying to drag and resize a window, then Windows 11 is much better if you're using touch, which is always kind of a frustrating thing for me. Okay, so you can see here, we've got some really great lag-free drawing. If you haven't tried Clip Studio Paint, it is easily one of my top choices, I think. It's beautiful. It makes such beautiful lines and is so low latency. Is such a joy to paint in. Super cool, beautiful. Okay, Clip Studio Paint. Let's go ahead and close this down. Nope, we're not going to save it. And let's move on to the next one. Let's do Photoshop. So my go-to, and I'm using the pen tool, which remaps the side buttons here. I'll put a link to that in the description. But that is switching the artist pad for Tablet Pro so that it automatically will adjust for you. Wow. Okay, all right, let's go to new. Let's do this one, it's fantastic. I'm just kidding, it's not. Okay. So some of this is just like, okay, well, let's make sure that it works. I can't do, I don't know what I would do to do a comprehensive test of everything inside of Photoshop so that people were 100% comfortable with the whole thing. Well, that's interesting. It's not supposed to be able to do that. Normally you can't do simultaneous pen and touch with Photoshop, and so I'm not sure what's up with this. Why is that working? Let's see. Okay, that we do have to tap and switch. Oh, right. Okay, so this is Photoshop. Let's pop up a couple panels and let's do shift. Let's see. Ooh, okay, not what we want. Okay, this is Photoshop. Photoshop seems to run pretty good. And let's close this and move on to the next one. And let's do Rebelle. So Rebelle has been my go-to, my mainstay for a couple months now. I did the tutorial series for them, and I have a web page dedicated to them, a resource page for Rebelle 4. And I like it. They've actually made a bunch of different improvements to it, but I like it because it is really, really great for watercolor. First time I ran this, it was really slow, actually. There was quite a few problems. And then I don't know if the system caught up or what, but right now it runs beautifully, and you can do wonderful, excellent color blending, and it has this live fluid engine, which you're going to see here, and dirty brushes and all sorts of really cool tools. Let's do flat bristly brush. And if you wanted to blend or smudge or use physics to blow the paint upwards, smudge this out. We'll add water right here. And this is using tilt on the device in order to blend and push this around. And then you can do like the background image that I have here. The background image that I have is done in Rebelle, and most of the portraits I've done recently are done in Rebelle. All right, so you can see here, beautiful, works great in Windows 11. Let's move on to the next one. So cool. Okay. Oh, and I have an affiliate link for them. So if you guys want to buy Rebelle, use that link. It's on my resource page, tabletpro.com/Rebelle. Okay, I'm not going to save. And let's do Paint Tool Sci. Paint Tool Sci was my favorite drawing program for a long time for a lot of reasons. It is probably the fastest, well, I would say it's definitely the fastest, lowest latency drawing program on the market. And it does color blending at just lightning speed and massive brush sizes and just beautiful brush engine inside of Rebelle, not Rebelle, both, but inside of Paint Tool Sci. And you can switch dynamically. Actually, Clip Studio, Paint Tool Sci, and Rebelle 4 allow you to switch dynamically between, like you can erase and release and start drawing, or switch between tools. And when you let go, it goes back to the previous tool. Let's pick another color. So as you can see, it's really, really fast, no problems. And I had some temporary problems in the beginning, like I said, with Rebelle, and those disappeared. And I haven't seen a lot of issues with programs. Paint Tool Sci, Paint Tool Sci does not support touch. So you can do whatever and it's not going to do anything, which forces you to use something like a keyboard or an artist pad to speed things up. I actually think it's better because it does that. Well, it's like forcing you to learn how to type. Like, it's going to be faster when you know how to type, but it's kind of annoying in the beginning when you're trying to learn. Okay, who cares? Anyway, Paint Tool Sci, no problems. Keep in mind, the system now has touch gestures enabled. This is touch zoom desktop, so ignore that. But there's, let's see, Windows. Oh, yeah. So here, this will make a new desktop if I do it. And I haven't figured all those out. The touch keyboard is new. and improved, and it has like, you can move the cursor around by dragging on the spacebar, and this is cool, and you can customize it, and this is new. The implementation, all the sounds, all the buttons, you can press down and it'll expand and then back up like this. Really, really nicely done. Okay, all right, this is Concepts, and Concepts is actually having some problems. So here you can see there's some weird stuff going on. I would say that Concepts is not quite ready, and no one expects these programs to be ready. I'm not saying they should be, that they're bad. Just this one is not working well inside of Windows 11 currently. Okay, so let's close this and let's go over to Artrage. Nope, not right now. So I tested Artrage just a little bit ago, and this is one of my favorite natural media digital painting programs. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's trying to replicate natural painting. Anyway, beautiful color blending, and runs very smooth, very nicely. No problems with Artrage 6. And let's see, I did just install Sketchbook. Sketchbook Pro. I just bought this in the store. Sketchbook Pro has new ownership now, and I congratulate them. That's great. I was testing this just a little bit ago and do not have any problems with Sketchbook Pro. Seems to run nice and smooth, no problems. All right, so Sketchbook Pro also works well. The next program, let's see, we did these 4, and let's look over here. All right, so let's do Adobe Fresco. And I'll do 3D programs in another video if anyone is interested in it. If you want to see 3D or you want to see a specific program and I have access to it, I will happily show that to you. Okay, let's open up this one. And if you guys haven't used Fresco, it's got, okay. It's got some, all right, let's close it and open it up again, because I had problems the first time that I ran Rebelle, and it's working fine now, so let's just try that again. Let's try and be fair. I am not a big Adobe fan, not because they don't make great software, but just because I don't like the subscription model. See that? Look at that. Wasn't that good? Aren't you glad that we were nice and tried again? Oh, uh-oh. All right, I don't know. Okay, so currently at the moment, Adobe Fresco does not play well with Windows 11. Let's see here, Affinity Designer, and then we'll try Expresii and Krita and call it a day. By the way, I love Affinity Designer. It's fantastic. They do a wonderful job. I do all my YouTube thumbnails in Affinity Designer, and it's just super, super fast. And let's switch to a brush. First time that I tried it, I was very, very unimpressed because I had it set to, was like the default brush. I think this is maybe the first time I'm running this here as well, so we'll give them a little grace. And I did not have that little toggle on there, which allows you to use pressure. I think this is pressure. Yeah, force pressure control. These already have pressure control enabled, but it's very fast. And these are raster brushes, and there are also vector ones. Let's go ahead and delete that and look at the brushes here. These are vector brushes. Nope. These are, that is not it. Okay, there are vector brushes. Okay, I'm not going to try and figure this out. Okay, what you are seeing is that it works really fast. Yay, Affinity Designer, good job. And it's a cool program, so check it out. And there's no subscription, it's like 60, 70 bucks, something like that. All right, we've done these ones, Clip Studio, Expresii. I have not run this one yet. Oh. Don't know what that means. I like the artist pad I made for it. It's really cool looking. I think it's cool, and my mom says it's cool, so it's definitely cool. Okay, that one did not open up at all. It's interesting. I don't understand here. By the way, I have the pen tool is keeping the different programs, the taskbar hidden when it opens up a full screen drawing app, because that's my preference. So that normally displays. So if you're looking at it and you're like, why is it disappearing? Because I told it to disappear. That's not Windows 11. And let's see. For those of you who are familiar with Krita, you will know better than I if this is typical, just a little bit of lag. So this type of thing, this type of lag is something that a lot of programs don't have anymore. And so I'm a lot less tolerant than I used to, because when you're drawing in a program and it is tracking perfectly with what you're doing, it's such a nice feeling. It feels so good. Like this right here, maybe a tiny little bit of lag, but it's really not bad. And Krita's free, so it's really great for what it is. It's great for what it is, and for a drawing program in general, it's great. I don't want to pretend like, oh yeah, it's great. Oh, good for you, Krita. How good for you, for someone like you, for a program like you. Now, it is a good program. It's a very good program with a lot of features. This is nice, because I haven't used this brush very much. But I really like how nicely that blends. I would use that. That's pretty sweet. Oh, but this one does not, I don't think it has its own color. I think it's purely a blender, like a water blender. Okay, so let's look here. All right, so you get the idea. Krita works pretty good. Krita, we have settings here specifically for Tablet Pro. You can choose settings right there and right here. Those two things, if you're using the artist pad over here, that will get you set up. And make sure you are using Windows 8 Plus pointer input. That one is the one that allows simultaneous pen and touch, which means you can hold here and use this at the same time. And you want to do that. All right, Krita. And let's see, what else? Expresii did not load. I don't know if that's a Windows 11 thing. And this is early, so I don't blame or fault these programs whatsoever for not being up to date. Tablet Pro has problems with Windows 11. Ooh, I should mention that. Okay, not now. Thank you. This program is probably, of all the different programs, the one that I would most assume would work perfectly. Henning, the programmer, is brilliant. Very, very good programmer in my humble, extremely educated and right opinion. And this is really a incredibly powerful and maybe the fastest drawing program of this type. Paint, Tool Sai, and Leonardo. Leonardo you can open and start drawing within like 1 second. Let's do it one more time because I think that's cool. Okay, don't save. And let's open up Leonardo. You guys can count with me. Whoops. Okay. Leonardo, ready? 3, 2, 1, click. Whoa. I know, I told you, it's impressive. It's very impressive. So if you're like, hey, I want to draw, but I don't really want to wait more than, I don't know, 1, maybe 2 seconds before I start drawing. Otherwise, I'm just going to go watch Netflix. This is your program. This one is made for you. This one does not do color blending, which is my big gripe about it, but otherwise it's pretty cool. Okay, so that is Leonardo. Don't save. Okay, so far in the list that we did, the two that had problems were Expresii and Adobe Fresco. Those two had problems. Let's do a quick look to see if there's any more that we missed. Again, if you guys want me to do 3D, I can do ZBrush and Blender and a couple other different ones inside of here. All right, I think that's it. Oh, for Tablet Pro, if you are running Windows 11, if you're running Windows 11 and you can't find the little icon down here, that's problematic. What you're going to want to do, make sure you have the pen tool, make sure you have the pen tool installed. And again, I'll put that link. You can use the free trial, it's fine, and you're just gonna have to turn on a setting. So if you can get the artist pad open, whichever way you wanna do it, you're going to right click, choose setting, and then you're gonna go to the gear icon to right here in general, and you need to have taskbar notification area icon turned on. In the future, we will have this on by default. We currently do not. So that will bring that up here if you have the pen tool installed. If you reinstall the Tablet Pro desktop program, it will also bring that up. So you can change the settings that way. So if not, then you're going to press Windows Shift A, and that will bring up the artist pad, and you can right click on it or click on the hamburger menu and choose settings and go and adjust it that way. All right. That's it. If you guys have questions or want me to test something specific, put it in the comments section and I will try to either test it, make a video, or answer you there. Okay, until next time, stay creative and have a wonderful day.